Hi everyone, welcome back again into this session of creating web API from the .NET using .NET 10 SDK. In our previous video, we have created this product model and we understood how this product model is going to be used by the entity framework for querying into our table and how this table is going to be created in our database. Now we are going to create the DTOs. So I'll create one file over here, new file, and the file name will be product DTO.cs. First, I'll create this file and I'll explain why we need DTO and what is the problem we are trying to solve creating DTOs. So first of all, I need namespace. That is again going to be same. I'll copy from here dot DTOs, and after that I'm going to take one class, that is public class product DTO, and inside I'm going to take public int id. It is almost same like we created in the product id, and then let me copy this part from here and I'll delete some of the items. I don't need this date time now, but we need this ID, then the name, description, price, and stock. It looks good and all same like in our product model. So this part is for the response part, what client receives as a response from .NET application. Then the next part is I'm going to provide detail for creating the product. So let me comment out over here, create product DTO, and what client is going to send over here, it is again another public class, and I'll name it as create product DTO. Here let me copy this part again. I'm going to take name, description, price, and stock, because ID is going to be created, ID is going to be taken care by the server or the database. All right, and the final part is for updating the product, update product DTO. Again, it is going to be same, so I'm going to copy this part, and instead of create product, I'll provide update product DTO. Now, why we need DTOs? That is the question, and many people get confused with the DTOs who are coming from the different backend language like Node.js or something like that. So DTO is a simple object that defines exactly what data travels over the wire between client and server. It means if client is going to create a product, client will send only these fields from the client side, and these fields are going to be mapped with the server, and then it will create the object in our table. Now, what is going to be the problem if we are not creating details? Let's say a client can directly send the same field, because these are the same fields we are having in product.cs. Now, to remember one thing, in our product.cs we have this ID which is dynamic and which we don't have any control. This is going to be taken care by the database, and again this CreatedAt date time is also going to be taken care by the database. Now, if we don't have DTO layer in our application, then client may send this ID and CreatedAt accidentally, and this will create confusion in the database and it will throw some error. How this error is going to be? Let's say we already have an ID in our database, says 1001. Now client is also sending the same ID, so it is going to be a duplication error because this ID is unique field. So these kind of errors are going to be. And we also cannot expose some sensitive data uh, to the client. Let's say we have something called as cost price, that is which is we don't want to share with the client. So in that scenario, this is going to be very problematic. So because of that, we are creating DTOs. Now what solution our DTO is providing? Now create product DTO provides what the client sends when creating a product, and update product is basically what clients is updating and the same whatever client is sending to our server. And product DTO, what the server sends a response to the client. So this is how we are having control of our request and response from client and server.